Good evening, Universus. It feels like it's been quite some time. That's because it has. What's up, guys? I'm Levi, and it's time to get into the WWW, which we unfortunately did not have one of last week. Had some UG and Kings to work out, but now we're back in full force, and I've got with me two of the finest men on the job to take you guys throughout this afternoon of play. Tim Keefe, how you doing, my friend?
All right, all right. Hey guys, it's been a while. I randomly had the day off from work today, so I've been kind of waiting for this all day.
I was like, hey, to schedule freedom, and Tim Keefe was like, that one right there. I said, pencil him in, and accompanying him is Mr. Sam Tate. How are you, my friend? But also been a little minute since I saw you, man.
Yeah, I'm feeling awesome. And, I'm always down to be here for the WWW, but you make sure that we get a nice solid rotation. Otherwise, I would be here every week.
It's true. Every time I ask for bookings, Sam is just all of it. I'm like, we can get a hold of ourselves. But I'm really happy you guys are on because we have some really cool news to talk about. Honestly, a pretty busy week, all things considered. A little birdie told me that we dropped a certain roadmap video sporting a whole slew of announcements. Really, we went over so many new things. The announcement of Critical Role entering our game with their Challenger series. We got some name drops. One is now Battle for Humanity. We got the announcement of a second Attack on Titan set. We got this mystery sci-fi challenger at the end. Holy cow. I mean, so much going on that it's almost hard to cover it all. So I really just want to be a little bit of a journalist and dig into you guys' hearts and minds. Tim, what are you most excited about on this calendar? Yeah?
Kind of haven't. And so I'm pretty excited for that.
True, the fighting games have been a bit more, modern or past. My Hero is a pretty present day but slightly futuristic anime. Even something like Yu Yu Hakusho is very modern. We haven't had this, dungeons and dice and dragons and monsters and orcs, and it's definitely a really unexplored side of things for Universus. I'm excited about it personally too. I went and did my Vox Machina homework, watched some animated series, watched some Critical Role clips. I'm really excited, honestly, for the new people that this could bring into the game. Right? Every My Hero Academia fan might not necessarily want to play a card game, but every Critical Role fan probably a lot more down to play a card game. We're in like very similar territories there. So I think this has really awesome potential for the game as a whole, for Universus as a whole. But Sam Tate, what about yourself, man? What's got you jazzed up on this one?
Well, I will say I am a big D&D guy, and so Critical Role was a huge hit for me. It took me from way out of left field, but for the sake of hyping up everything that I can, I think that Attack on Titan and Godzilla both present a very unique design dynamic that I'm really curious how they're going to explore. You've got these giant monsters, they tower over everyone else. How is that going to translate into gameplay? We've seen Godzilla already having the -1 promo with tons of health. I want to see, what does a Titan look like?
Right. Are we finally going to get some four-handers? Are we going to look at maybe some 40 health characters?
Don't get crazy, Levi.
Like already Godzilla's got this, he is a six-hander, but he's got a ton of health, but he tells you can only play big moves, right? No four diffs or lower. So like, that's a really cool way of translating, oh, you're a big giant monster, right?
And I really want to see, there's a wonderful opportunity here for like these giant boss battles. Right? Like you could make specially designed characters, or like a special format where it's like 4 or 5 people trying to take down a Titan, trying to like stop Godzilla from destroying something. I don't know. There's just so many cool possibilities being brought to the table by these new IPs. I'm super excited for Standard.
That is a very cool idea tree, Sam. And before I say anything I shouldn't, let's move on to the next question. One of the really cool things about this video too is by the very end of it, we ask you guys, right? We say, hey, Universus fans out there, what would you kill to have in this game? What's your dream IP? Your most crazy out there fantasy license that you personally would love to see translated into our card game? And I got to ask you guys the same thing. Tim, what would you go crazy for?
I'm been a big MiHoYo gamer the past couple of years, so my answers are pretty obvious. It's Genshin, it's Star Rail. Either of those I'd be pretty darn happy to see.
I've heard those many, 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 many times. Definitely, some of the biggest IP names booming right now. So it wouldn't be crazy to think about. But what about yourself, Sam? I know that we've had this personal conversation so many times. I know there's a ton of things that you love, but just throw me one tip of the spear answer out here, man.
I'm gonna keep it really, really simple, actually, and I would love to see a classic roster Street Fighter set.
Oh man,
We kind of had it before. They went for like a mix of like the early Street Fighter 2 Turbo Championship, like the extended rosters. But I would love to just see maybe even just like a greatest hits Street Fighter set. Any brand new fighting game coming out. I'm getting too much. It's too much.
Yeah, no, dude, that all sounds sick, man. I'm definitely no fighting game aficionado, but even I can see, what that would mean for the game. For me, it's no secret. If you've ever asked me what my favorite franchise is, it's Transformers. I love those giant robots, and I would go crazy seeing them in card game form. Let's continue though, guys, because as exciting as the roadmap was, it kicked off the week, but a few other things have dropped in these last couple days. And let's talk about the rules. Mr. Tim Free came in, dropped a little bit of an article with a whole lot of knowledge on it regarding some new rule changes, most notably the 60 card minimum deck size that's going to be coming into all constructed formats from January onwards. That's definitely the big one, but there are some other little tweaks in there, some quality of life changes, if you will, that have some interesting implications. And I would like to know if any of these are tickling your bones in any particular way, anything you're specifically excited to do, or just excited for the game in general, what you might see as of these rule changes. Tim?
Yeah, so this is definitely an old boomer take. I have sort of been pushing for that multiple change for a few years now, so I'm pretty happy to see that. That's something that I've definitely lobbied for a while, because just the way it ends up, you end up with a situation where players that are new to the retro format end up getting surprised by like, what, that thing stops my multiple, right? and they get very confused, and it's not a good experience. So I'm really glad that they're cleaning that up, actually.
I love that you said that as well, Tim, because like one of the takes that I hate to hear the most when it comes to stuff like this is, oh, I can't wait to see how angry all the old heads get because they hate change. And it's like, no. I got 2 old heads with me right now, and we're pumped. Okay, Sam, what about you, man? Anything sparking joy for you here?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think everything in the article, every change was a slam dunk. I think all the pros outweigh any of the cons, and if there's any uncharted territory we have to explore, we're going to explore it together, right? People are worried about change, and I think we're going to handle it. I think it's going to be fine. But the biggest thing is I can finally play All for One without embarrassing myself.
Yes.
I love that. As someone who's been playing like Ochako 1 since like I started the game practically, totally here with you on that one, Sam. Very, very diplomatic take as well. I liked all of that a lot.
I'm terrible at tracking my momentum, and for the longest time I was told, or at least I had the thought, that I couldn't take notes on my momentum, and then when I found out I could, I was like, wow, I'm down to start playing like more momentum tutoring based strategies. But then I realized I'm telling my opponents which one to snipe with a card that we might end up be talking about later.
Oh boy. Well, as for me, this resident breakdancing Mina 2 stand is very excited to look at the face downs in this card. I am so excited to just go like single, double, triple breakdancing with a struggling with studies on board and go, what's my toolbox looking like? What I got hiding under here for me? Very, very, very low key sick struggling with studies buff there. Same for Trio Flipper. Anything shoving face downs in my pool, I'm excited to take some peeks at them now as I continue to enjoy this character. But yeah, I agree. I think these are all super fine things that, at absolute worst, you're gonna have to figure out how to put more cool cards into your deck. And I don't think that's an actual downside by any means. That is one of those blessings in disguise. And you know what's funny about a blessing, my friends? It's very similar to a wish. Guys, this morning we finally got I know that was so bad, man. The long-awaited details on the Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament Wish tournament. And this has got a lot of people talking because it's sporting a few prizes that are almost as cool as some things that you can find at the HLC this year. Because holy cow, not only are the top 4 winners of this going to get to pack themselves some exclusive top 4 stamped chrome rares, the absolute winner of it all gets one of 3 wishes to make. They can either receive one of every single product releasing in this coming year. They can create their own card, aka the best prize in gaming, coming back, baby. Or they can get a Gen Con VIP experience. 3 really, really awesome things depending on what your priorities are. And of course, the only way that you can get into this tournament is by winning one of the Dark Tournament release events themselves. Very similar to structure in pre-release, but except on the actual week of. Those are going to be sealed play tournaments with the Dark Tournament set itself, and winning those is going to score you some tickets to this, by the way, webcam standard format event. Hang on, guys. I'm getting another call. Mr. Sakio, is that you? What's that? A last-minute change to the Dark Tournament, you say? Are you telling me right now that I can only participate in the Wish tournament using Dark Tournament characters? You heard it right here first, folks. Breaking news. It'll be a standard format event. However, the only characters you'll be able to sleeve up are those Dark Tournament boyos. So keep your eyes peeled as we get closer to reveal season, because there's going to be a lot of testing to do and a lot of work to be done if you want to pilot all the way to the end with one of those characters to get your very own wish. And I just kind of info dumped everything there. So the only thing I have to talk to you guys about, my friends, Tim, when you win, let's manifest it. What wish are you making?
This is greedy. I want number 4. I want the 4th card.
The man with 3 character cards says, I'm still making a character.
I don't know if I ever want 5, but I want 4.
5's too many. 5 is where we draw the line. I love that.
Well, once you get 4, you get like one of every symbol at your disposal, right?
Oh,
you get all 12 symbols.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You can complete the quadrifolio, if you will. What about you, Sam? What's your shining star?
I think, Tim, you've kept chaos on all of them, right?
2 of them, yeah.
Two of them? Okay, yeah. So you got to get 5 just so you can get all 12 symbols, right?
And we're good.
True. You back yourself into a corner, Tim.
Yeah.
Sam, what wish are you making, man? We're gonna manifest it too. When you win, I'm looking at the finals right here, actually.
I'm only slightly conflicted because it is the dream I'd been chasing for about a decade now, but it was always tied to a national or a major tournament, world championship, what we'd call the majors. But I feel like the design your own card, that's the ultimate prize. That's the ultimate prize. So.
It's really hard to turn down. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. When I first got hired, literally one of the things I was most excited about was I cannot wait to work on my staff card. So I think for anyone who is really deeply invested in our game and really appreciates the mechanics, the flavor, the world's combining, the way we can so effortlessly translate abilities, power sets, personality into the vast mechanics of our game, it's really hard to turn down the concept of getting to come in, design your own card inside our system, and immortalize yourself in the greatest card game forever. And honestly, that's really all that could be said about that, guys. The Wish Tournament's going to be insane, and I cannot wait to see you all there. And if you don't end up participating in it, we are going to be streaming all the action live on Twitch as well, as we do for all of our major tourneys. So, guys, I cannot wait to see you there, and I cannot wait to see y'all competing your hearts out to make some wishes with these Dark Tournament characters.
And there's going to be a lot of them, right? I mean, there's a lot of characters in that tournament, so this is not going to be a sparse selection.
It's a stacked set. I really cannot wait until we get to start showing you guys some more of that. I know I say it, in the first
right.
one and all, but I really mean it, guys. I really mean it. I cannot wait for y'all to start seeing some of the awesome stuff that we have in store. But that's all the news for this week, guys. That's a wrap. It's time to get into 3 consecutive rounds of Wednesday Webcam Weekly action. And, we didn't really get the chance to cover it very much last week, but I hope that y'all weren't expecting to see any back alley haymakers tonight. And I also hope that y'all were not excited to see any capture evildoers Who am I kidding? We weren't excited to see that card tonight. Let's get into this first post ban list Wednesday webcam weekly. Don't go anywhere, universes. We'll be right back.